Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Jade and today I'm going to be talking about what's been happening since my last video. So I'm now 6 months post-op from gastric sleeve surgery. My last video I was 3.5 months post-op, so I posted that at the very beginning of January. So again, it has been a while. I'm so sorry. I know I say this every time and I say that a lot has been going on, but you know, for me work has been quite stressful. I've had a really bad time, not from surgery. Well, it kind of is because of surgery, but I've been on a 2-month weight loss stall and it really affected me emotionally. I really just couldn't be bothered. I didn't see the point anymore. Like, I had quite a few regrets, but I'm going to get into that. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has supported me. I reached 100 subscribers on my channel this month, which is crazy. I don't know why 100 people would want to watch me talk about my surgery. I don't think I'm that interesting. I mean, I'm a bit weird if you know me in my real life, but you know. Anyway, I'm just so glad that I can help you all, because I think sometimes with this surgery, if you don't know anyone that's going through it, or you don't have a friend that's been in a similar situation, it can be really lonely. I think your family, I say a lot, sorry, I'm going to try and cut that out. I think your friends and family try to support you as much as possible, but not everyone really understands exactly what it's like. And I think because people see the weight coming off, they just expect you to be happy. And that is something that I've really, really struggled with. No, but really, no, stop that, Jade. But yeah, it's quite hard, I think, to get your head around, especially when I was stalling for 2 months. Let's start there. So I had lost 61 pounds from my surgery within 3.5 months, and the last time I lost weight, well, not recently, but the last time before my stall was the 7th of January. I'll pull up my statistics on my phone, just a second. I really need to stop saying that. Okay, yeah. So on the 7th of January, I weighed 224 pounds, and then I weighed myself again on January the 13th, and I'd lost 3 pounds at this point. So now I am 220 pounds, well, about 220 and a half pounds. And since then, my weight has stuck the same. And it has been so hard to not see the scales change. I think a lot of the reason as to why I was on a stool is because I started letting old habits slip back. I was eating quite a lot of carbs, and I know I said in one of my previous videos that I don't want to cut out carbs, but I can really now see like why they're not good for you after surgery. I was finding that rather than eating my protein first, I was always swaying more towards the carbs. So carbs would fill me up, but then they wouldn't fill me up for longer. So then I would eat again within a couple of hours. I was craving a lot of sweet stuff. And I'm not joking, I think I ate more sweet stuff in February than I ever ate in a day post-op, pre-op, sorry. So yeah, like, I've only got myself to blame, but it's just a bit hard. But then on the other hand, I haven't had a weight loss stall at all since I've had my surgery in September, which the hospital said is quite uncommon. So they did tell me to expect a stall, but they didn't tell me to expect one as long as I had one. But yeah, so today is the 25th of March, which is a Sunday. And I weighed myself yesterday at the gym, and so since the 7th of January my weight has now finally moved, and I've lost another it works out at about 6 pounds in total. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with my loss, and yeah, I'm now nearly at 66 pounds lost. since my surgery date, and my current weight is 215 pounds. For those of you in the UK, I know that sometimes we work it out differently. So in stone, I am 15.5 stone, and in kilos, sorry, I'm having to look down at my phone. In kilos, I am 97.5. But yeah, I'm so glad that my weight has started to move again. I think really what helped me break the stool is I started increasing my exercise in the gym. I was also starting to drink more than 2 litres of water a day, because in all honesty, up until 3 weeks ago, I hardly ever drank water at all in a day. The only water I would get was, say, a coffee first thing in the morning, which would dehydrate you or me from the caffeine. I would then get maybe the water intake from a tea, and I'd maybe have a drink of juice or something. But other than that, I just wasn't drinking, and I think that's one thing that really affected my weight loss. Also, I wasn't really keeping up with any protein shakes. I just didn't really do them ever since my surgery. I just completely cut them out. So now I've been having one protein shake a day. I've been having this now for the last 2 weeks, and honestly, I regret not having them sooner, because one, it stops me wanting to eat so much at all. It stops me getting these sugar cravings, because I normally have a chocolate protein shake or a strawberry protein shake, and I'll always mix it up with either milk or water, and I always add some fruit in or something. So it does really keep me full, and I'm just so bloody annoyed at myself that I just didn't do it sooner, because now I'm 6 months post-op and it's harder to lose weight. And yeah, I think I've messed it up a little bit myself, and yeah, it's hard to admit really. But yeah, I mean, on a plus note, I am really happy to report that I've fitted into a size 16. I don't remember the last time I fitted into a size 16. I think I'd maybe have just left school. So you're looking maybe 10 years ago. So yeah, I was so happy when I got into my size 16 pair of jeans that I got. I tend to buy my jeans from the shop Yours, because I carry a lot of my weight all over. Like, I think my weight is quite proportioned, but I have quite big legs, and like by big legs I mean I've got big thighs, I've got big calves, and to try and find a pair of jeans in a general shop for me is quite hard, because I normally find that they're really tight on my calves, but like they're just ill-fitting elsewhere. Whereas I think Yours really does help plus size girls in clothing sizes, and I think they are true to size. The other good thing about Yours jeans is they do come in different lengths, and I'm 5'1", so I normally struggle with jeans just bunching up at the bottom of my legs, which these ones still do even for the short size, but not as bad as some brands do. So yeah, shout out to Yours for your really good jeans. Yeah, I don't know, like if people that know me, or like, you know, follow me on my normal Instagram, will know that I'm a bit of a makeup addict, and all of my money used to go on makeup. And I mean, I would get paid, sometimes not even have enough money for my bills, because I would spend it on makeup. I mean, I'm sitting in my makeup room now. But yeah, like lately my addiction's now turning into clothes. Like I just can't stop buying them, and I know that I shouldn't buy them because I'm getting smaller all the time. Yeah, but it's really nice, I think, just to fit into smaller clothes, which I haven't been able to do for a while. I went and sorted out quite a lot of my old clothes, my bigger clothes, which are like a size 22, 24, some of the trousers. So I've been putting them all into charity shops. I've kept one pair of jeans, and I've kept one pair of my work trousers, because I remember how depressed I felt having to buy them in a size 24. Like, oh god, I just remember it. Sorry, I had an itch. Yeah, I just remember how horrible it made me feel. So I've kept them because I just want to remember that I don't want to get back to that point. And for any of you that are in your early days of being post-op, or you're just about to have the surgery, honest advice from someone who loves to self-sabotage: please don't. I think this is your one and only chance. And I was that person that sat there before I had my surgery, and I was watching videos of people being brutally honest about how they would still eat junk food and how they would still eat, you know, chocolate and this and that. And I was like, why would you have the surgery if you're just going to do that? Like, I just don't see the point. It's a really expensive surgery, and why would you do it? And yeah, I've done it, and it's really hard. And I think people don't understand that although, you know, your stomach's smaller, you can't eat the same amount as other people. You can still, you know, most people, especially sleeve, most people are still lucky enough to eat what they want. And for me, I found, which is really, really bad, is I found that I can eat more junk food, so like crisps and chocolate, than I can good food, like such as like chicken or fish, because obviously chicken and fish are more dense and it fills you up quicker, whereas like the junk food doesn't. And yeah, that's why I think they call it slider food. So my honest advice is stay away from it, because I think once you start getting the taste back for it, it's hard to cut it out. And it has taken me, you know, I've been stalling for 2 months, but it's taken me about a month to realise that, Jade, you're fucking up this surgery and you're doing everything that you moaned about before you've had it. Yeah, and I think it's really hard to accept the fact, you know, that them demons are still there, like the food, the emotions that you have when you eat food are still there. Like gastric sleeve surgery doesn't take that away. And I think before my surgery, I was always adamant that I didn't eat that bad, when now looking back, I can definitely see I ate quite bad. And I have more of a problem with food than I ever realised. So anyway, since I've been improving my diet, hitting up the gym more, having some water, and I've cut out, you know, a lot of the bad stuff, I've noticed the difference. And for me at the moment, I don't want to eat the chocolate, I don't want to eat the junk food anymore. But I think if it does start to creep back in, I think I might see about having hypnotherapy done, just to try and stop me wanting that food. I don't know, I just don't know. But yeah, my main point is surgery is not a magic fix. And I think if you are not ready to accept the fact that this is now the rest of your life, then I don't think you should have it done. But yeah, oh god, it's got a bit real, didn't it? Typically on a day, I eat 3 meals a day and around 1 snack a day. Lately, my current routine at the moment is I have a protein shake for breakfast. So I always put 1 to 2 scoops of protein. I use the protein from My Protein World. I'll put a link below. I use the chocolate one, or I use the strawberry shortcake one. And I always buy it in the diet whey protein because it has less carbs in. So yeah, that's something to look out for as well with a lot of protein. The carbs and sugar content, I would always check. So I get the diet whey protein, and I always put 1 to 2 scoops of the protein powder. I will always put half milk, half water. With the milk, it really depends how I'm feeling. So sometimes I use almond milk, sometimes I'll use semi-skimmed milk, sometimes I use that Arla protein milk. That's really, really good if you haven't got it already. For those of you in the UK, you can get the Arla protein milk. As far as I know, this is where I buy it from anyway, either Morrison's or Tesco. And yeah, they do some really, really good milk. So in the protein shake, sometimes I will blend fruit in to make it more of a smoothie, and I will normally put strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, some banana, and maybe a bit of yogurt sometimes, and then that will make up normally about 2 portions. So I would normally have the half of that for breakfast, and then I'll save half of it for a snack later on, or sometimes I will just drink it over the whole morning. And when I mean the whole morning, I mean it will take me from 8:30 in the morning until 12 o'clock to finish it, because it's really filling. But I find that really helps me and stops and curbs the hunger. And then also, if I am putting water into it, then again, I'm increasing my water intake. And then, because I see this as a liquid, I will drink water with that throughout the day on top of that. Whereas if I was eating something that was more solid, I was consider it food, and then I would definitely wait between half an hour to 45 minutes between meals. For lunch, I typically tend to eat leftover dinner, or at work I have a little snack box, and in my snack box I keep mini cheeses. So I normally get the mini Cathedral City cheese, the mature cheddar one. I keep some ham, some chicken, cooked chicken obviously. I keep pepperami, I keep some dairy triangles, and I normally just keep some yogurt as well. And then I always bring in some pickle and some crackers. So sometimes I will make up, like, if you're saying like the Jacob's cream crackers, I can only eat about 1.5, sometimes 2, depending on what I have on it. And then sometimes I'll buy like little round crackers, and I can normally eat 3 of them. And then my favourite at the moment is just to have cheese and pickle on crackers. Oh my god, I just want to eat it now, right now, but I can't. And I've got my tea, so I'm just gonna have a sip. Sorry. That was a really loud sip. I'm sorry if you get offended. That sort of stuff would annoy me. For dinner, I just normally tend to cook what I cooked before, to be honest. Like, I don't really use any jarred things, or, I mean, sometimes I do, but normally my cooking is from scratch. So normally the things that I tend to eat are chicken, which I'll season with different things. Like, my favourite seasoning on chicken is everyday chicken seasoning with some jerk seasoning and some Caribbean barbecue. That's sprinkled all over a chicken breast, baked in the oven. Oh, delish. And I'll normally have that with some carrots and broccoli, and then sometimes I will make it up with a bit of mashed potato or boiled potato or new potatoes, some form of potatoes, because I do live with my boyfriend and he will eat the potato part. So sometimes I'll have like half a boiled potato if I'm still hungry. I mean, of course, if you were asking me 2 months ago, I was eating the potatoes, all of the potatoes. Forget everything else, just give me the potatoes. But no, I'm trying to cut that out. So yeah, I would have, normally that's what we have. Again, chilli is still one of my favourite things to eat. So I'll eat chilli. I like baked cod with the parsley sauce, Spanish chicken. I eat fajitas quite often. Also, another really good breakfast idea, which I always eat, is poached egg and avocado. Sometimes I'll put in some cherry tomatoes, which I just slightly cook up so they're a bit warm. That is delicious. If you go on my Instagram, I normally do post random pictures of food that I eat. So my Instagram is @sleeperelieved_jade. Yeah. For snacks, I normally just tend to eat, as I said, out of my snack box. Like, sometimes I just snack on a pepperami or a dairy triangle, or I have a couple of spoons of yogurt. Or if I'm really hungry, I'll just make up a cracker. Sometimes I'll put tuna and salad cream on it, or I'll put the cheese and pickle, or I'll just put a bit of ham and dairy. I don't know, I really just change it up. But crackers with something like that, I just really eat. Especially as my job's more office based, I can just leave it on my desk and keep coming back to it. Which, by the way, if you do work in an office, I would say sometimes it's harder, and you have to learn to battle these food demons, because I think if you do get the opportunity to eat, it's harder to say no if it's there. And I work in a dentist, and you would think that it would be pretty easy, you know, not to eat all this junk, but I swear there is biscuits on the desk every day that I've got to try and resist. So I think I'm going to ban them. I think I'm going to ban them from the office. Sorry to anyone that I work with if you're watching this, but no biscuits in my office. So yeah, so that's how it's been going with food, weight. Gym, I have been really enjoying. I'm actually really aching the tops of my arms and the tops of my thighs. They've been really aching, and I'm starting to see a difference now in my body, and I have some pictures. I don't know if I'm ready to post them. If I do, they'll be in this video. If not, if you go on my Instagram, I have put them on my Instagram, but I only accept weight loss surgery accounts. So if you are someone that is watching me on here that doesn't have a weight loss surgery account, just pop me a message and let me know, and then I will accept it. Because normally if I see that it's just a normal account, I don't always accept it. Because for me, what I post on my Instagram for my weight loss surgery page is not everything that I want everyone else to see. And to be honest, my page was open to everyone up until last week, and it was only because last week I wanted to post the before and after pictures. I removed everybody that was not on a weight loss journey. So I removed my family, I removed my friends, and for me I had to do that in order to be able to express myself. And I think when I'm ready, I will, turn my page off of private, but for now that is something that I'm not ready to show everyone, because I'm still fat. And although I've lost quite a lot of weight, I can now start seeing like where the looseness is coming. Although I was big before, like nothing was, obviously my belly was a bit wobbly, but it didn't feel like loose, whereas now things are pretty loose. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have the skin removed off my arms. And I think, my mum just keeps saying, no, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. Oh, you need to go to the gym. It's like, I am going to the fucking gym, and I've got 10 stone to lose. Not still, but I had 10 stone to lose. And of course, not all of that's going to snap back regardless of my age. I know I'm young-ish, I'm 26, but that doesn't mean that, all of that extra skin that I've put my body through into stretching is going to come back, and I accept that. And I think for me, my arms will be the first thing that I address. I'm hoping to have it maybe done next year, but I think I don't know what the requirements are. Like, I think you have to have been a stable weight for maybe 18 months, or you have to, I don't know, but obviously I wouldn't have been a stable weight for 18 months next year, but I don't know, that's the first thing I want done. But yeah, I feel like this video has been a bit negative, but it's really because I've just really, really struggled, and I really wish that someone would have been brutally honest with me before my surgery. But then I think I partially avoided the negative videos that were out there. Like, if they were titled to something negative, like, I don't think I would have watched them, because for me, surgery was going to change my life, and surgery was going to be everything positive, and nothing negative could have ever come out of it. So for me, I think I avoided that, which now I regret, because now I'm seeing the struggles which I would have probably known before if I would have watched them. Again, I just want to say thank you for always being there and supporting me, even at my lowest. Even when I post on Instagram and I'm being a little bit negative, there's always someone in my messages that are just pumping me up again. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for that, and I am definitely going to be back more regular. I think if I would have come on camera and expressed how down I felt about everything, I don't think I'd have felt as bad as I did. And I become very distant even on my weight loss Instagram account, and the reason for that is because of the weight loss store that I was having, and also because I just wanted to forget almost that I'd had the surgery, and it's impossible, and I accept that now. I know that I can't forget that I've had the surgery. It's something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life, and I've come to terms with the fact that I chose to have this done. I was regretting it for a moment because things were not going my way. I didn't lose as much weight as I wanted to lose in the first 6 months. I jeopardised the weight loss myself, and I've come to realise now that that is not the way to look at things. And I think in general I was a slow loser at losing weight before the surgery, and I just don't really see why it's going to be any different now. And I'm glad that these habits have kind of crept in when they did, so I could nip them in the bud now rather than it happening further on down the line and it being more difficult. So yeah, but I'm sorry this video has been a bit negative, but it's just something that I had to express and get off my chest. And I'm sorry if this is not the video that you really wanted to see, but it's reality with the surgery, unfortunately. And I would say the first 3 to 4 months is like the honeymoon period, and then life gets real, you know, it gets real. But yeah, I will see you again soon. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you have any questions, leave them down below, or as I said, just message me on Instagram. I love hearing from you all. And yeah, hope you have a nice day. Bye.